Irie dome no gome. Wahia o baby nege kai. Irie Esan. Usanobla rekbawa o. Irie Afemai. Usagayu abonoma. I bring you all season greetings from Edo Indigenous Movement Worldwide. Edo Progressive Indigenous Association, EPIA. If I say up Epia, you will say empower the indigenes. Up Epia, empower the indigenes. My fellow brothers and sisters from all walks of life and the four cardinal points of the world. It is me, your son, your brother, your Aboriginal family, the president founder Edo Progressive Indigenous Association, popularly known as Edo Indigenous Movement Worldwide. I want to thank the Almighty God and our ancestors for bringing us through this year 2020 of so much turbulence, so much pain, and so much death into the end of it. And by the grace of our Almighty God and ancestors, we are moving into 2021 with you alive and me alive. Even if the enemies of the world have struck with a deadly pandemic that has ravaged the world, that have kept the world on turmoil. But by the grace of the Almighty and our ancestors, we are alive, and more than 99% of Edo indigenous people worldwide are alive. Ete onamase na kpomeli. Ekpome, ma ye. Ekpome ma ye o. Ekpome ye. Ekpome ma ye, baba. Ekpome ye. Ivieto kpome o. Ekpome ye. Viesame, wakpome. Ekpome ye. Afemai, wakpome o, ekpome je, makwon waya yedome, ekpome je. There's a reason why we have to thank the Almighty. The song playing on the background is dedicated to the people of Edo Central. Esan Oje. Now, it is very important for most of us who just became a member of Edo Indigenous Movement to understand a bit of what this movement is all about and what we stand for. We want to use this opportunity to announce to you the aims and of their objective of EPIA. Number one is to foster unity among all Edo indigenous people worldwide. Both the Esans, the Afemais, and the Benins, to bring all of them together in order for us to provide one another a selfless service that will affect our lives positively in all walks of life. And also, it is our responsibility as humans to cater for one another. Number two is to foster the empowerment of all Edo indigenous people worldwide by prioritizing our cause, by putting our agendas first, by promoting our interests first and patronizing our business and keeping our money amongst ourselves. Division amongst the Esans, the Benins, and the Afemai will only shrink our abilities and our voice all over the world. In Epia, we believe that coming together gives us a bigger strength in order for us to have a voice that will determine our future and our children's future. It is also our responsibility as part of our aim to foster welfare package for indigenous older, 60 years and older, including the physically challenged and the children. It's also our aim to foster and promote law and order in our state. And above all, for us to stand as a role model to the entire indigenes across the world and the government of Edo State. Because we know that most of us are complaining about the government's back and forth inabilities. But rather than complaining, the time to complain has come to pass. My people from Edo North, that song is specially dedicated to you people as indigenous people of Edo State. Like I said, the time has come for us to stop the mentality of criticizing and begin to move into the mentality of promoting, supporting, being there for one another, empowering one another. The politics of the politicians and the people who have doctored the mentality of disunity among the aborigines of Edo people, we don't want them to succeed in keeping us only listening without talking and without acting to achieve what our heart desire, the development that we are longing for within now and in the future. Epia has come not to compete with anyone, not to compete with any organization, but as a mother umbrella of all Edo indigenous associations, all Edo indigenous group, and all Edo indigenous people, for us to promote positivity in our land and see ourselves above discrimination, above sentiments, and see ourselves as one. We are determined, we are ready, and we will achieve it within now till in the future. Firstly, I want you to travel with me in the mind. Imagine there are some of our indigenes who has not eaten for the past 24 to 48 hours. But as you are watching this broadcast, you have enough to eat and you have enough to share. Why don't we as a people, as a group of the aborigines, come together and share love amongst ourselves while we promote the development of our society at large? This is what EPI stands for. An insult to one Edo indigene is an insult to Edo Progressive Indigenous Association. We put our Edo people first, and there is no negotiation to that effect. We love our people and will continue to work on behalf of them. We want to implore you to come with us in this selfless journey that EPIA has saddled itself to serve humanity in the lives of among us, our indigenes. Join hands with us as we move into 2021 with all our projects that are lined up. Be a part of those who cause the change. My brother and sisters, how long are we going to live on earth? So it's high time for us to cater for one another. Looking forward into 2021, there is nothing wrong with you sponsoring a child in primary school in any of the senatorial districts in Edo North. There is nothing wrong with you cultivating it as part of your New Year resolution that I will sponsor 2 children in school. Let's make this very clear about Epia. For those of us who are just coming into the group, Edo Indigenous Movement is not a partisan movement. It does not believe in supporting one political party against the other. We just believe that an indigene, our indigene, should be in leadership. Let's also make it clear that Edo Indigenous Movement believes in supporting the non-indigenes in our states who are law-abiding people, because what we promote is positivity and not negativity. We are grateful that we are here today. The question is, how many lives did you touch in 2020? Knowing fully well that 2020 has brought a lot of bitterness to the lives of our people. Let us purge ourselves of all the negative venoms that we have against our people, our land. Let's not forget that Edo State is not made up of the trees and the air and the soil. Edo State and Edo Kingdom rely on you and me to profile or to make the change that you are longing for, that you are looking forward to experience in the state. The time has come for us to be part of the history making and not part of the people who criticize, so that at the end we will all come together and strip ourselves off of the hatred. Why envy one another? Why plan evil against one another? Why discriminate against one another? Why compete with one another? Let's come together. Esan, Afemai, and be one all over the world, to be seen as the most important people in the world. Above all, our tradition and culture is the richest in the world, and that tradition and culture is what I want all of us. It's the purpose of this movement for us to advertise our tradition and culture. If you take a look around our people today, most of us are looking for a tradition to attach ourselves with, living our one of the most finest traditions that we are from. We put it aside, all in the name of trying to be who we're not, to identify ourselves with Western tradition. We're looking for tradition where tradition does not exist. The world knows that the genesis and one of the most richest traditions in the world lies in where you are from, your homeland, Edo Kingdom. Let us embrace it and advertise it. On that note, we're looking forward to your contribution towards the 2022 incoming Edo Indigenous Global Festival. Permit me at this junction to begin to thank all the executives of EPIA, the coordinators, the committee chairmen and committee members, including the representatives all over the world. I will start by thanking the General Secretary of EPIA, Barrister Chris Otasowe Esquire, Uwato, Osagayu Bonoma, Uwayokpa Manuel. I will thank the Treasurer, Miss Eva Omosimwa. Thank you, my sister. God will energize you and bless you all the time you have contributed to this group. God will give you, replenish it with your heart desire. I want to especially thank the DGC, the Diasporan General Coordinator, Engineer Barry, Baba Erima Eohi, Uatokbe, Uayokpa Manuel, Uadiari Moriame, Enumoboyo Senwe Baba. Permit me to also thank the coordinator, starting with the coordinator of Switzerland, Mr. Kingsley Omobude, Ubonuyamwe, EPIA, Zevekbe, Ubonuyamwe, if doing this, the Afemai Norway, Switzerland, Lao Baba, get the boy, Uwato, Ingunagbona Mawebe. I want to also thank the coordinator of England, a great patriot, a very determined and a dogged, positive thinker, a man who believed that Edo Kingdom should supersede the Western standard. I greet and salute your passion, Alhaji Yusuf Idehe Uwato. Omobame Uadiari Enumoboyi or Senwell Benin Erimano Sadoboa. I want to also thank Mrs. Bella Ellison, our coordinator in Netherlands. Okpoko Niye, Iye no Magia Megbesurui, West Iye Man Iye, Numana Gie, and Megbesurui, Numana Gie. Edo Indigenous Movement today, the Netherlands. Obonuyasi Wokoko, Obonuyase, Emahiako, Diedo Yakoko, the Switzerland, Bani, Erie, Osaya, Siemi, Wehi Afemai, Kubenoma, Ugato. I want to also thank the coordinator of Italy, Baba. This is a man who we respect. A great man who has contributed and attracted a lot of icons to Edo Indigenous Movement. This is Pastor Edumoyi. We are very grateful to you, sir. Ugato, Ingwena Gona Ramawebe. Uwese Baba, Nuna, Yuboyi Mayeki, Zebe logo of EPIA. I want to also thank the coordinator of Ireland, Mr. Ege Omorudi, Uwese Baba, Uwese, Luwahiana Yuboba, Edo Yeki, Luwamana Gie, Edo Ide, Uwese Mr. Mark, the coordinator, Germany, Tugato, Ingwena Gona Ramawebe, Wahia, Wawese, they have a comment. The coordinators in Turkey, the coordinator in Dubai, Wahia Wesi, the Wahia Yuboyi Mayiki. Let's not forget the committee chairman, Mr. Nelson Osaze, Wesi Baba, Etirifue, the chairman, publicity and research. I want to also thank the chairman admin, Ms. Pastor Ahmed. Ugato, Etinamuye, Wotuna, Elosa Abaya Motinoma, you were. The chairman of Travels and Tour, a great man that has contributed financially so much to this movement to make sure that the Edo indigenous movement's vision stand tall. Mr. Osage Edidia, Engineer Osage Edidia, Uato, Upon Weke, Yedia, Pigo, Yapefen, Muyo, Tuna, Ladia. Osalubwa ya kino manu yokwa o my oria unoria bagwa ehala weku. This is a great man from Ewoimi, Edo Central. We are very proud of you and we are grateful that you are part of us. I want to also thank the Miss Edith Westergaard, the coordinator in the Scandinavia. Owesi Yima. Mi here fefefe obono we yasi wokoko osaga yu obonoma. I want to also thank Mrs. Osifo, a mother who is the director for the Edo Indigenous Women Festival Committee. Owesi Ye. Iyobo here fefefe nu yeni kwedo. Agbon bege enwino bowe oye bu konata yuve mahia wa bege wese yimani je tu ato emiesi lu wukan o sa san wese o sa ayu obonoma emiame to mu yeke da weru da we abiekupe iyeke amudai. I want to also use this opportunity to thank each and every member of the Edo Indigenous Movement, both those who have mentioned their name, the executives, the ones I forgot to mention their name. We want to appreciate you all. Let's not forget our representative in Edo North, Mrs. Alinetu in Auchi. Mommy, we thank you. You have always been there from day one with Epia since 2014. We are grateful. The strength you used to mobilize all the women and the people in Auchi and Edo North, the Almighty God will mobilize wealth and heart desires for you. Above all, I want to also appreciate the chairman, Edo Indigenous Homecoming Walking Festival Committee, a great man who believe in indigenous empowerment, who believe in the struggle of empowering mankind, who believe in rendering selfless service, who believes that another man must succeed before him, is no other person but Mr. Ben Owens Ifionayi Owansi Gedegbe Ewehin. All the good works you have done in EPIA, it is out there for the people to see. Edowe agawese orunu agbon. Amana ebe wese ovirunu agbon. Uwese rimanira nuna yuboye Edo indigenous yeke numana gima de. Mo moigi ade beti wina no we uhen bugo tuna. Uwe ido mieme niwe. Umagio tuna de. Uwese baba ikpome mahiaji. I want to officially welcome you all to 2021. And as we put our hands together and continue to promote the empowerment and the interests of Edo indigenous people worldwide, our children will inherit the mentality and at the end will become the most referred and the most important people in the world. Onamanoe. I want to lastly thank our royal fathers from the 3 senatorial district, the Otaro of Auchi, the Otaro of Igara. I want to thank the Kagisan of Esan, the Noki of Ewoimi, and lastly, I want to thank our father, our royal father, the Ogidigan one of Benin Kingdom, Oba AY the second, Uato Baba, Uwesi, Wahia Wesi, we are now ready, the indigents of the state, to support all our royal fathers from the 3 senatorial district to put our culture, our cultural heritage above every other thing in the world. Our women, you know, you are queens all over the world. Let us demonstrate our tradition in our home and keep our home together as our tradition says. And our men, no matter what the women has done, see them as the queen that they are. And our women see our men as the king that they are. That is what our tradition says. In Amahia Manoe with the Pome in 2021. I wish you good health and we will conquer this pandemic on a Manoe. Oba Gatok Bay is